Westmoreland cyclist killed in road crash. A motorcyclist died as a result of injuries he sustained in a motor vehicle collision in Whitehorse, Westmoreland Saturday night. The deceased has been identified as Marquez Lindo of a Whitehorse address in the parish. Reports are that about 8 p.m., Lindo was driving a motorcycle on the Whitehorse main road when, upon reaching in the vicinity of the Church of Jesus Christ, he allegedly overtook a line of traffic, failed to keep left and collided with a white Toyota Vaxi motor car. He received injuries and was taken to the hospital, where he was pronounced dead. The Westmoreland police are investigating. His death brings to 55 the number of road fatalities recorded since the start of the year. Margan Heritage lead singer Peter has died. Lead singer of Margan Heritage, Peter Anthony Margan, has died. The family made a post of the singer's passing, stating that Margan, affectionately called Peter, died on Sunday. The post did not reveal how he passed. It is out of sincere love that we share that our beloved husband, father, son, and brother, and lead singer of the Margan Heritage, Peter Anthony Margan, has ascended today, February 25, 2024. Jah come and save us from ourselves, because love is the only way, the family wrote in the post. Our family thanks you in advance for your overwhelming love and support, and we ask for your continued prayer as we go through this process. We ask that you please respect our privacy during this time of healing. Thank you. Morgan led the Grammy Award-winning group, which consisted of 5 children of reggae artists, Denver Morgan. The other members are Una Morgan, Roy Grams Morgan, Nakayem Lukes Morgan, and Metamalita Mr. Mojo Morgan. St. James woman charged with the death of 5-month-old baby. Detectives assigned to the St. James Police Division have charged one with murder for the death of her 5-month-old baby, Destiny Brown, at their home in Barrett Hall, Littleport in St. James on Tuesday, December 6, 2023. Charged is 27-year-old Shamoya Green of a Barrett Hall address. Reports were that about 5:35 p.m., Green was at home with her common-law husband and other family members when she asked of a conversation with her partner about their relationship. However, the man reportedly deferred the talks for later that evening. Green allegedly became enraged and left the room, taking a baby with her. She reportedly took Destiny to the roof on the 3rd floor of the building and threw her off the concrete pit in the yard. The police were alerted and Destiny was taken to hospital, where she died while being treated. Following an investigation into the matter, Green was charged on Saturday, February 25th, after she was interviewed in the presence of her attorney. Her court date is being finalized. Golden says several sectors in crisis promises balanced approach to uplift Jamaicans. People's National Party PNP President Mark Golden says all of the important aspects of the country are in crisis and has promised a fix under the PNP government. He made the remarks during a campaign stop in Manchester on Saturday, the final public meeting of the party ahead of Monday's local government election. He listed education, health and security among the sectors he said were in crisis. Jamaica needs a change. The government is not doing enough to help the people who need help, Golden stated. Indecom renews call for motorists, especially taxi operators, to comply with the instructions of on-duty police officers. The Independent Commission of Investigations, Indecom, is renewing its appeal for motorists, especially taxi operators, to comply with the instructions of on-duty police officers while traversing the nation's roadways. The renewed call follows reports of officers being mowed down by drivers while issuing orders related to their traffic enforcement duties. In the latest incident in Halfway Tree, St. Andrew on Friday, a taxi operator was allegedly shot and wounded by a police officer after reportedly refusing to comply with instructions to pull over. The lawman had to seek medical attention after the driver allegedly used the car to hit him. Speaking with reporters, Indecom's Assistant Commissioner Hamish Campbell said citizens have civil and legal obligations to comply with police officers who seek to enforce traffic laws. He said it has been observed that failure to comply can lead to the confrontation between police and motorists.
There is a civic duty and a legal duty to comply with officers in uniform, or sometimes even out of uniform, and obey the instructions, especially of traffic officers who seek to enforce the laws of traffic compliance. And the failure, I'm afraid, of many citizens from where our perspective is, of refusing to comply, to stop and take directions, does cause confrontation with police officers who then seek correctly to enforce the law and seek to obtain driving license documents or vehicle documents. So it's absolutely essential that all drivers comply, and in particular, taxi drivers who are on the road day in, day out. And there is a necessity to obey police officers' lawful instructions.
Director of Election says early voting exercise for general public could be considered by legislators for future elections. Director of Election Gospel Brown says early voting for members of the general public could possibly be considered by legislators for future elections. Special services personnel such as election day workers, soldiers and police officers are allowed to vote ahead of the election day to ensure that they are available for duty during the general polls. However, during last Thursday's special early voting exercise ahead of the local government elections, some members of the public expressed a desire to have their early voting opportunities. According to these citizens, it would make the voting experience easier and better. Mr. Brown notes that any change to the current voting process will be determined by the country's legislators. He admits, however, that early voting among the general public could lead to increased voter turnout. The local government election will be held today.
As they try to seek to revamp whatever process we use in an electoral process, there are various options you could look at it. And one of the options is looking at whether or not you'd allow persons to do early voting. As I said, the legislature, that's a legislator's decision, but it could be looked at. The pros and the cons could certainly be looked at. Certainly it has its pros and its cons. But one possibility could be encourage a lot more persons to come a little bit earlier than wait on the exam day. So that's a possibility. It could lead to an increase in terms of turnout. That's a possibility.
Portland higler charged with attempted rape wounding. A man has been charged with breaking into a woman's house and attempting to rape her at knife point in Manchester Lane, Portmore, in Portland on February 10. Charged is 30-year-old Oshin Scott, a higler of Manchester Lane in the parish. He is charged with attempted rape, burglary, larceny, 2 counts of assault at common law, and unlawful wounding. Reports from the Portmore police are that about 4:30 a.m., a woman was in her house when Scott gained entrance in her room through a window. He then reportedly threatened her with a knife to have sexual intercourse with him. The woman was able to escape through the same window from which the culprit gained entry. She later discovered that the accused stole 2 cellular phones, 1 Samsung tablet, 1 HP laptop, and a sum of local and foreign currencies. The woman was assisted to the hospital, where she was treated and released. Scott was accosted by the police on Wednesday, February 21. He was later charged after being pointed out during an identification parade. A court date for him is being finalized. Land being sought for near Lucy Town Centre, says Holness. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has provided more information on the government's plan to create a new town centre for Lucy, saying that lands are being sought for the development. We have been thinking about it and we have a general plan. We started to execute the plan in Morland Bay because Morland Bay faced the same situation as this town. Some historic town, same issue, and what we did was to identify 25 acres of land and we built out a brand new town called the Morland Bay Urban Centre, stated Holness. We are going to do the same concept here. We are already searching around for lands that can be built out on a property town centre and move some of the critical and essential services there, thereby freeing up space inside here to start to redevelop the town, he told a massive crowd of green-clad JLP supporters in Lucy, Hanover, shortly after midnight Friday as he continued his party campaign for tomorrow's general election. According to Holness, in the coming months and years, the people of Hanover are going to see a lot of activity taking place. On November 12 last year, the parish kicked off year-long activities for the town, which is currently celebrating 300 years of existence. Holness said the capital town is faced with various challenges. In our countries that we're doing well, that would be considered a historic town. It would be an attraction in and by itself. Unfortunately, we have allowed the town to just grow, and it has become chaotic, he said, adding that this cannot be allowed to continue. I know that this is where the economic activities of the parish is. People have to survive. People have to come out here and sell, but the way in which the town is clustered and congested, you are not realizing the true potential. This is the reality. Government just can't sit back and say, well, maybe the people there will sort it out, because one man might decide that I'm going to put a building here, and next one decides that he's going to go right beside him, he's putting up a bar. Another man decides that he's going to put up a garage, and it becomes one whole chaos, argued Wholeness. The JLP leader said at some point in time, the chaos will cause the town to decay and collapse on itself. Lucy, he cautioned, is almost at that stage. There are several issues. You don't have anywhere to park. Taxis don't have anywhere to park. The places in the market are coming on the road, so you don't have anywhere to walk. Traffic, which they say comes with the town, moves very slowly. It's a bottleneck. It had to address these issues, he stated. The other problem is that the town is at sea level. You saw what happened a couple weeks ago in Negril. It could happen here. Well, your market is almost below sea level. If you have a shower of rain, the whole place is flooded, Wholeness added. We have to start to think ahead. Pointing to the ongoing construction of the Montego Bay perimeter wall, he explained that the government has a similar plan for Lucy. You're going to see a bypass of the town, and that in itself will decongest the town, make it freer, because traffic is not destined to stop here, can go around, while the traffic that is intended for here can move freely. So I say all of these things to you to let you know that your government is taking over the old age problem and finding solution. You can believe in the government because as the government says, yes, this is where we're going to do, or this is what we're going to do, the government in the next breath says, see it, we did it there, or see it is happening there, Wholeness added. Earlier in the night, during a stop in congested Hopewell, which connects Montego Bay with Lucy and Negril, he also promised that the government is looking at the best route to create a bypass road. We can't keep the situation where small Hopewell becomes a bottleneck for St. James and for Lucy and Negril, stated the JLP leader. We will have to make a bypass road for Hopewell. He added, we are currently surveying the area to see where is the best place for it to go, so we put it out of the hills and behind the town. We could, but we'll have buying up of some lands. One supporter suggested running it across the sea. However, Wholeness pointed out that while that is a good suggestion, it would be too costly and the government does not intend to borrow money to undertake the project. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.